Alright folks, this is just going to be a quick overview of the abilities for the Arcane Warrior. I'm going to start off with the Mentalism tree. And this is your Spirit Blade. This is the very first ability you start off with. And it's amazing. It's a lightsaber. You'll see it in action here shortly. This upgrades to, let's see here, let's do the description. You create a blade of solid magic to make melee attacks against nearby enemies, bypassing their guard and barriers. Rips them apart. When you upgrade it, you deflect incoming projectiles with Spirit Blade, sending a shockwave of energy back at the attacker. Pretty cool stuff. Right over here, you got Force of Will, just basically an armor increase, 20% bonus on your armor. And Combat Clarity, the chaos of combat frightens some, but for you, comfortable rhythm. Mana regenerates faster when you're near hostile enemies. Another very good ability to have. Fade Shield. This is your just major, absolutely first thing you have to get as soon as you can. You draw back the energy released by your enemies in your attacks against them. Basically, it returns 30% of your damage into a shield. Amazing. Guardian Spirit Protective Barrier springs into place around you automatically when you are badly injured. So when you get down to almost dead, you get a quick little barrier that helps you out a little bit. Enemies that hit you with melee attack have a chance to be stunned for a short time. I've never unlocked that one, don't know how it works. Gathering Storm, you use your staff's energy to fill the area with sympathetic magic. Each basic attack shortens your active cooldown time. So as you're using your basics, the rest of your cooldowns shorten out. Pretty plain and simple there. This one is just a +5 willpower, +2 to constitution. Spell Sword. You get a bonus armor for a short time after striking with Spirit Blade. So when you use your lightsaber, you get 10% bonus armor for 6 seconds. Not too shabby. And over matter, you're immune to flanking from enemies and have less of a chance of being staggered when hit from the front. Not too bad. Dispel, your standard Dispel. The upgrade for Dispel increases your own spell's damage and barrier generation for a brief duration. I've never unlocked that one. Mind Blast. You send enemies staggered with an explosion of willpower that drives them back and makes them less likely to target you again. Not a fan. I think an Arcane Warrior should. I mean, unless you're consistently tanking or have a tank with you, don't take it. Strength of Spirits. Barriers draw on the magic of the Fade to absorb more energy. Definitely. Must have. Peaceful Aura. Again, threat reduction. Not a fan. Phasing. Never took it. 5% chance to, I guess, phase when they attack you. Flashfire. This is a single target. Does a ton of damage. Single target, fear, plus damage. Burns brighter and hotter, intensifying the pain, panic. So I guess it fears them for 8 seconds rather than, well, it says 8 seconds here too. Maybe it does 16 seconds. Conductive current. The more magical ability you expend, the more damage your spells do. So you do a lot more damage the less mana you have. And Blinding Terror. You have learned to leave enemies vulnerable in their terror. Enemies that are panicked will take increased damage from all attacks. There you go. So if you land Flash Flyer on like a boss mob, and then everybody's gonna just hit them hard. So that is that for the Mentalism tree. Now we get to the good stuff. Chain Lightning, just like the Keeper's Chain Lightning. I think maybe all the mages have it. Chain Lightning, amazing, especially so Chain Lightning linked with your Fade Shield. You open up with Chain Lightning and you've automatically got a shield, especially if there's a bunch of mobs there you're hitting with. Rejuvenating Bearer. Your allies have an active barrier. The beneficial energy invigorates them and helps them recover mana or stamina quickly. Always good to have. Fade Step, my second favorite spell, maybe third. You let invisible waves of magic carry you forward, blurring ahead a short distance. Very cool, very awesome just to get right into the thick of things, and you'll see why you want to use that often here in a second. Passing through enemies hurts them and leaves them chilled. Gotta like that. We'll just keep going down the line here. I don't take Fade Cloak. I don't think it's the best thing for an Arcane Warrior, but you're welcome to try it out. 1,000% weapon damage when you reappear from the Fade. Not too shabby, but again, I don't take it. Offensive spells have a chance to weaken your enemies. Absolutely take that. Smothering Veil. Weakened enemies have the damage they inflict reduced even further. So when you weaken enemies, they do less damage. Simple. Twisting Veil. You catch stray magic around the weakened enemies and use them to increase the damage of your own attacks. So you get an extra 15% bonus versus weakened enemies. Circling Veil. Use stray magic around weakened enemies to increase the power of status effects on them. Stone Fist, you summon a boulder from the Fade and smash it into your target, sending them flying. And the upgrade to that, the boulder summoned by Stone Fist now explodes on impact, weakening its dagger enemies. I've never taken that. I have no idea how good or bad that is. Looks like it might do a lot of damage. Veil Strike, you create your own fist from the essence of the Fade and smash nearby foes to the ground. It's basically just a knockdown. It doesn't have any damage on it, so I never took it. Start a Veil, pull stray magic from around the weakened enemies and regain mana based on the damage you do to them. So, weakened enemies recover your mana for you. Static Charge, you use yourself in lightning while casting spells. Enemies that attempt to interrupt your casting with attacks are struck by arcs that leave them paralyzed. Didn't really quite understand why that even exists. I don't have a problem being interrupted. This is pretty cool. Every 15 seconds you do a 300% weapon damage lightning strike to something around you, random one around. And now pull of the Abyss. So awesome. Create a tiny rift that pulls enemies toward a central point. Not that tiny, it's got a pretty good area of effect. 6 meter area effect. 12-second duration, 32-second cooldown time. Takes a ton of mana. Upgraded, weakens your opponents. That's all the skills. The order in which you use them, or which I was using them, is if you got a big group of mobs, you smash, pull of the Abyss. It starts sucking them all in. As soon as they start getting sucked in, you drop a Fade step, run right to the middle of them. As you're fading through them, because you have Frost Step, as you're fading through them, you gain the first bit of your shield. Once you get to the middle of them, you have Spirit Blade going. Spirit Blade, it's not a single target. It is more of a slash everything in front of you. So if you got 5 or 6 mobs stuck in your veil, you're hitting every single one of them. And you just watch your damage shield sit at full max capacity the entire time, while the rest of your group just destroys them. Very good stuff. Anyway, that's it for this little short video. Hope you got a little bit of information out of it. And of course, Chain Lightning, like I said, that's another good one to open with. If you drop Pull of the Abyss in there, drop a Chain Lightning, and then decide to fade in, you're also good to go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be doing more.